It is absolutely imperative that you start saving right now in the form of physical gold and silver. Do not save in dollars at your bank. Your savings account should have exactly $0 in it, and I'm going to explain why. So let's do it. Thank you so much for watching my video. I do sincerely appreciate it. If you want to learn more about investing in precious metals, or if you just want to watch awesome videos about gold and silver, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, so saving money is extremely important. We don't know what's going to happen in the future. We don't know if our car is going to break down. We don't know if there's going to be a medical emergency that comes up. We simply don't know. And so you have to have insurance. You have to have a backup plan, a backup for your backup, and you have to have savings. Now, when you save money, you should have a little bit of cash on hand. I'm talking, $50 bills, $100 bills. You should have some on hand, but you should not have a lot of your savings in cash because of inflation. Inflation is eating away the buying power of your dollars month after month, year after year, and you're able to buy less and less things with these dollars. So a better way to save is in the form of physical gold and silver, because with precious metals, they are outside of the fiat currency system. They are real money. They've been used as money for thousands of years, and it doesn't matter if the dollar goes to zero. If dollars get hyperinflated and you can buy literally nothing with your dollars, that doesn't matter if you have physical gold and silver. It's another form of wealth. Some people look at it as an alternative currency, but what it is at the end of the day is real value, real wealth, and you will always be able to buy and sell things with gold and silver. So I'm not talking about some crazy apocalypse in the future where, we're bartering with small little bits of gold. I'm not talking about anything like that. I'm talking about the value that's locked away in your precious metals. You will always be able to convert that into whatever currency exists in the future, whether it be cryptocurrency, a digital dollar, some new thing. You will always be able to take that gold, take that silver, convert it into the new currency that is in existence, and buy and sell things with that currency. You don't necessarily have to use the gold and silver as currency, although you can do that now, and you certainly will be able to do that in the future. Okay, now let's talk about why you should not save in the form of a fiat currency. Now, if you live in the United States of America like me, then you use the US dollar, so we will use that as an example. This is why you should not save in dollars. Now, I did previously mention you should have some cash on hand. This is for an emergency that may come up, so maybe $1,000 or $2,000 in cash, but anything beyond that, I believe you should save in the form of physical gold and silver. So currently we are looking at the U.S. debt clock. The website is usdebtclock.org, and we can see the national debt up on the top left. It's almost reached $31.5 trillion. Now, this is a large number, but I'm sure this is going to continue to climb up into the hundreds of trillions or maybe even quadrillions in the future. I would not be surprised if it got much higher than that. But let's scroll down here because I want to show you a few things that have to do with inflation. So if we look at the top right of the screen, you can see the median income now. This is for the United States of America. It's around $35,000. Below that, you can see the median income in the year 2000, around $31,000. Okay, so 23 years ago, we were making around 10-12% less than we're making now. That's not a huge raise in 23 years, but look at the middle. This is how much homes are costing now. So back in the year 2000, $161,000. Now it's almost $500,000 for the price of a new home. This is insanity. I mean, this is like 3 times more expensive than it was 23 years ago, but we've only gotten a 12% raise. This does not make any sense. This is not sustainable. Our currency is getting eroded away. Up on the top left, you can see college tuition now. I believe this is for every year, but $26,000 used to be $10,000, right? So the price of college has gone up. If we look at healthcare costs, used to be around $5,000. Now it's over $13,000. So the cost of everything is going up, which basically means dollars are not able to buy as much as they were able to buy in the past. And this is inflation. Everything costs more over time. So if you're saving in dollars, you're basically losing money every single month and every single year. Check this out. Real hourly earnings declined for the 21st straight month. This is absolute insanity. Inflation continues to eat your paycheck for the 21st month in a row. Average hourly earnings failed to keep up with rising prices. This chart here is showing over the last 10 years the gap between wage growth and price inflation. So every single one of these lines is a month, and 0 is the neutral zone. If the line is going up, that means your wages on average were increasing to beat inflation. If the line is going down, like we see a lot recently, then wages were not increasing enough to beat inflation. So keep in mind, every single one of these months over the last 10 years, we've had inflation, and any money that you had in savings, you're basically losing buying power month over month. But theoretically, if you were getting wage increases and making more money than you were the month before and you're beating inflation, then you could save more. But I guarantee a lot of you were not saving more money during all of these years. And so recently we've been losing to inflation. So not only are you making less money, it's harder to make ends meet. You're probably not able to save as much as you were before, but any money that you were able to save, you're still losing to inflation, and you're losing at a faster pace than you were before. Keep in mind, the price increases are worse than the government data reveals. The government uses a cooked CPI formula that understates the actual rise in prices. Based on the formula used in the 1970s, CPI is closer to double the official numbers. That means your real wages have fallen somewhere in the neighborhood of 4% in the real world where you actually live. This is insanity. And this is really sad. Americans are burning up their plastic in order to make ends meet. In these inflationary times, revolving credit, primarily reflecting credit card debt, rose by another $16.4 billion in November. To put the 16.9% increase into perspective, the annual increase in 2019 prior to the pandemic was 3.6%. It's pretty clear that with stimulus money long gone, Americans have turned to plastic in order to make ends meet as prices continue to skyrocket. So I think this paints a pretty clear picture that times are tough right now, but I think things are going to get worse. I think we're already in a recession, but this recession is going to get much worse than it is right now. I think a lot of people are going to get laid off. They're going to lose their jobs. The Fed is going to have to create a lot more currency. There's going to be bailouts, probably more stimulus checks, and this is going to lead to more inflation, and this cycle is just going to continue on and on and on, and the dollar is going to get weaker and weaker. Right now, you can go to McDonald's and buy a cheeseburger for what? $1.50, $2, it's going to be $5 or $10 for a cheeseburger down the road. Maybe someday it'll be $100 for a cheeseburger. I remember when I was a kid, I could go to McDonald's and get a cheeseburger for 35 cents. That'd be unheard of to buy one for that now. And the thing is, the cheeseburgers back then were probably a lot bigger than the cheeseburgers are today. So why would you save in a currency that is failing? This currency is not a good place to store your wealth. Your buying power is getting eroded away. So what I do is I don't save in the failing currency, right? I save my money in the form of physical gold and silver. These are real money. These are real wealth. These will never fail. They've been around for as long as the earth has been around. It's not a human invention. It's not like we came up with silver or we came up with gold. It's literally an element that exists here on earth, and it's universally agreed to be real money. Even the banks, they stack physical gold. As far as silver goes, we need silver for industry. It is a precious metal. It has extreme value. And so I love saving in gold and silver because I know no matter what happens to the dollar, I'm going to be able to retain my wealth. Here's a look at the price of silver over the last 30 years. As you can see, back in the year 2000, silver was right around $5 an ounce. There was a huge spike up in the year 2011, but generally speaking, over long periods of time, we see the price go higher. If we switch over to gold, we can see in the year 2000, gold was right around $250 an ounce, and today it's considerably higher than that. So both silver and gold generally go up over long periods of time. The dollar usually goes down, which is why precious metals are a great place to store your wealth. So anyway, if anyone was on the fence about buying precious metals, converting that fiat currency into real money, I hope this video helped you. I hope you're able to better understand why you should be saving in gold and silver. Notice I'm not really calling it an investment. I'm calling it savings, because at the end of the day, that's basically what it is. It's the best form of savings you ever could have. And if there is a spike in precious metals prices, maybe demand shoots up and we see the value go up fast compared to everything else, you could even sell your precious metals, buy land, do whatever you want with it. But your wealth is protected if you hold on to your gold and your silver. So that's what I'm doing. Anyway, if you have any thoughts on it, feel free to leave them down below in the comment section. I do want to say a massive thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next one. Silver Dragons out.